talk about that. Trust, influence, and the critical role that listening happens to play in that. How is it that we get other people's attention, and how is it that they get ours? How does that work? I'll tell you what I learned from being in management consulting for a long time. I learned more often than not, I would run into the following situation. I had a client, I knew what the right answer for their problem was, and I was right. I knew that I was right. And I gave them the answer, and they didn't do it. Has that ever happened to any of you? Come on, everybody in the room, right? Now, I don't know what you think the right answer to that was. Here's the answer that I was taught being in management consulting. I was taught that this is another case of another stupid client. That's the problem. Stupid clients all over the place. Stupid clients on parade. What do you do with them? You double the number of Excel spreadsheets, increase the PowerPoint, increase the font, hit them between the eyes until they admit that you were right. That's what's to be done. Did it work any better for you than it ever did for me? I doubt it. Well, it turns out that's not really how it works. I'm going to share with you some, the view, by the way, is expressed, this is a quote from one of the leading corporate sales training companies. The corporate buying process is a subcategory of rational decision making. Now, let me suggest to you that is so far from true that it's not funny. And yet most of us act as if this is the case. I'm going to suggest to you it's really not. It's part of the truth. It's not the whole truth. A better way to put it, as some sales trainers have said, the buying process is made very emotionally and then justified rationally in our head. We buy with our gut, rationalize it with our brain. So let me give you some examples of how I think it really does happen. Robert Cialdini, University of Arizona, interesting guy, psychologist, has written particularly on this issue of influence. He lists about 6 or 7 factors of influence, things that cause us to accept one point of view or be persuaded. And the number one factor of influence is what he calls reciprocity. The basic formula for reciprocity is if you do X for me, I will do Y for you. Now that's a template within which you can fit all kinds of illegal tie-ins and monopolistic behavior. It sort of fits with the mafia, but it also sort of fits with human etiquette, the way we behave in social structures with each other. For example, if I go to Mongolia and I'm in some poor village that has nothing, they are obligated to provide me a meal and a place to sleep because that is what you do. And I, in turn, having accepted such hospitality, am then obligated to them in very much the same way. Now, it turns out reciprocity plays out in a very powerful and interesting way in business. And if you'll forgive me to give a few examples here, let's start with this one. Let's say I've been on the road now speaking to groups for a couple of weeks, and when I get home next week, finally I've been having this horrible pain in my left shoulder. And I go into my doctor and I say, "Doctor, pain in my left shoulder. I've been collecting the data so I can share with you the symptoms and you can help me figure this out." First of all, it happens after I eat fried chicken. And secondly, it happens between the 5th and the 10th floor of my building. That's it. And my doctor says, yeah, it's nothing. Take a couple of ibuprofen. I'll see you in a few months at your regular checkup. Bye. How do I feel? Come on. Yeah, a waste of a doctor visit. I feel dismissed, dissed, right? Misunderstood, badly treated. Here's the critical question, the behavior one. Do I or do I not buy the ibuprofen? Most of you will say, yeah, begrudgingly. Some of you are psychologically debilitated enough like me that you'll say, I'll show you, I'm not taking any ibuprofen. But none of us really like it, right? Now, completely different scenario. I go to my doctor, I say, "Doctor, pain in my left shoulder, I've been collecting data, symptoms to share with you. Number one, it happens after I've been eating fried chicken. Number two," and my doctor interrupts me, he says, "Wait a minute, back up to the fried chicken thing. Does it happen after you eat fried fish?" And I think, fried fish? Why, no, it doesn't. How did you know? And the doctor says, "Yeah, I thought so. Let me make another guess. It's like altitude related by any chance? Like maybe you notice it at different floors in a building?" "Yes, that's it. How did you know?" And the doctor says, "First of all, it's really nothing to worry about. It's this bizarre little interaction that you get in certain microclimates between the different kinds of cooking oils used for certain fast foods and barometric pressures. It is nothing to worry about, I assure you. A little bit of ibuprofen will take care of any symptomatic relief you need. Hey, I look forward to seeing you at our next appointment." Now how do I feel? Great, right? I have a brilliant doctor who couldn't have done it without me, by the way. Right? But most importantly, do I or do I not buy the ibuprofen? Absolutely, even I do. And not only that, we say, don't give me the generic crap, give me the good stuff. I want it branded. Which size bottle should I get? Where should I buy it at? And I'll take advice, right? What's the difference between those two scenarios? Nothing but listening, right? Has nothing to do with the content, nothing to do with the expertise, nothing to do with the answer. What's happening here, however, is the formula of reciprocity, which is implicit in that previous slide, Cialdini. If you listen to me, I will then listen to you. If you don't listen to me, I will not listen to you. It's that double formulation we're going to see over and over here.